If you're a liberal, why don't you want to be a leftist?
Because of white folks like y'all. See, white leftists, y'all think you're not racist. You actually really are.
That doesn't even make fucking sense. You're not a leftist because white people are racist? White liberals are just as, if not more, racist. I'm not a leftist because of white people. I'm a leftist because that is the default state of humanity.
Here is the flaw in this young man's logic. How do you avoid white people? Explain it to me. You see, because the racism, the homophobia, the misogyny, the xenophobia, that shit gets in the way. And every time we look at an impediment, especially when it comes to so-called leftism, Marxism, communism, Thanos is rightism, whatever ism you believe in, it's always these things. Racism, misogyny, homophobia, xenophobia, constantly getting in the way. Liberal or leftist. I'm not making a distinction between the two because you're all at pretty much the same goddamn way. Look at the Jasmine Crockett thing. Jasmine Crockett was by far the more superior candidate, the one we should have been fighting for. And look how fast the white left turned to them just to have a white guy. People who supposedly don't believe in racism and sexism. Do you think our towns were picking on white people when they burned them and bombed them and put them in the water and murdered all those people in them? When they destroyed our success? Do you think that all our inventors were worried about white folks when white folks stole that shit and now claim to have invented everything? See, the flaw in your logic is you act like somehow because you're a leftist and a Marxist and whatever the fuck, despite white people, that they don't get in the way. And they do. We are in this country, dude. This country. We're not in Uganda. We're not in Nigeria. We are here. And if we're going to get any change done here, we have to deal with the racism and the sexism. And it definitely comes out of liberals. It definitely comes out the white left. Homophobia, misogyny comes out of the black movements too. My question has always been, how the fuck are you going to have a war if you keep pushing off half the army? Or do you honestly believe women can't fight? Do you honestly believe that because someone is LGBTQ, they can't fight? They have nothing to contribute. And that thinking is what keeps getting in the way. So if you know a way to avoid these people, give it to us. Maybe there's something I'm missing. But from my observations, you could be what you want, but you still have to deal with the consequences of white people and their motherfucking attitudes. How do you escape that?